Recently, I came across this video wherein Rahul Gandhi is being asked by a young boy
between Israel and Iran. Do you think this war could affect India adversely?
To this, Rahul Gandhi responded with a
Yeah, hugely.
and then he went on marveling the geopolitical thing. Now, he did his political assessment and he presented what he thought was necessary for him in front of so many students. So, as a psychologist, I want to circle back to a few specific statements that he made that, according to me, could have been done better. This is not a political reaction. This is not an endorsement of one party or a criticism of another. When a young person asks whether a war will affect India adversely, they are asking whether their future will be affected, whether prices will rise, whether life will become harder, right? Keeping those unspoken questions in mind, here are a few points where I think the conversation needed more clarity.
It's actually a conflict between America, China, and Russia. That's the real players are America, China, and Russia.
Not every conflict can be reduced to three countries moving pieces on a chessboard. Iran has its own interests, Israel has its own interests, regional powers have their own interests. Sometimes smaller actors create consequences that even larger powers cannot control. And once we start seeing every global event through only that lens, we stop noticing all the other forces shaping events around us.
You will see that more and more conflicts of this nature are going to come. There is already one in Ukraine. Millions of people have been killed. Now there's one in Iran.
Maybe, right? Maybe not. None of us can predict the future with certainty. And as a psychologist, I want to say this directly. Prediction is less useful than preparation. What matters more than knowing what is coming is building the capacity to respond to what we did not see coming.
So India has to understand that we are now entering a violent time, dangerous time.
At the same time that wars are happening, there are also people delivering humanitarian aid, documenting abuses, rebuilding communities, and negotiating peace. Human history is not only the story of destruction, it is also the story of a response. When we frame everything as danger, we accidentally erase the people who are actively working against it. And we train ordinary citizens to feel helpless rather than prepared.
China's on our border and America's our ally. They're getting ready to fight. So we have to be very careful where we are standing.
See, I do not think India belongs to any camp, right? It's proven. I do not think there is a side waiting to protect us. America will prioritize American interests. China will prioritize Chinese interests. And India must prioritize Indian interests. Clarity does not mean choosing a camp, it means understanding our own interests, our own vulnerabilities, and our strengths independently of what either side wants from us.
And we get caught in the fight, then we're in serious trouble. And that we don't suddenly get sucked into
this. The video cuts here, but the word is fight. You can verify that in the original if you have access to it. But I think young people specifically need to hear. There is nothing called neutrality today. Neutrality is a very loaded word, and young people should not be chasing it. The point is not to find a neutral position. The point is to get the work done and to figure out how best to get the work done without getting tied up in the business of neutrality. That is a more honest and more useful frame than imagining there is some safe middle ground waiting for you. See, if I were the one answering that young man, I would not have gone into this whole political mapping, right? Not because geopolitics is outside my coverage. People who follow my work know the topics I engage with already. But I would have abstain from giving so much analysis to a young college person and simply kept it to what actually concerned him? Will it adversely affect you? Yes. What will that look like? And what will be the intensity of that effect on your daily life and the people around you? And then, more importantly, what kind of mindset do you build going forward in the face of any national or global disaster? Right? That is the real answer he needed, not a map of great powers, right? A map of his own capacity to absorb, adapt, and keep moving. That is resilience. And that is what we all should be building today.